Hello everyone, I am Peppino here, and today I am playing a new game. Well, it's not new, but it's new for me, and it is called Kerbal Space Program. I'm gonna actually buy the game soon here, but this is the free version, and I figured I would just give you guys a little tour of it. You can go download this for free. I will have a link in the description for you to do that, so you can test out the game to see if you want to buy it. So here we are on planet Kerbin, and we're going to start at the vehicle assembly building. There's a tutorial on how to build a spacecraft, but I've already looked at that, so we're just going to jump right into it here. And we have to choose a command module. So we'll do that, and the first thing we're going to want to do, first thing I always do, is add a parachute to the command module, just because if you don't, your astronauts have no chance of surviving, and that's just no good. Then we're going to add a decoupler here, which will eventually be the part that splits up, so that your spaceship will eventually split here so that your command module can return safely to Earth or to Kerbin with the parachute. Then we're going to add what's called an SAS module, which is just like autopilot basically. Then I'm going to add a fuel tank and another one here, and then an engine right there. Then this is just going to be a basic rocket just to show you how to play the game. Then I'm going to add some decouplers here, and we can change the symmetry. Let's go 4. So see, now it will place 4 of them around there rather than having to place them all individually and hoping they're symmetrical, because if you're not symmetrical, then you're going to get off tilt and you aren't going to be able to launch well and anything like that. And then we're going to add solid fuel boosters, which just will help us basically help us get off the launch pad. And then we are going to want to make sure that we move this engine down to here. This is the steps over here on the side that they will go by. This is the decouplers right there. And we'll move the SAS down because we want that to be activated right away as well. And like I said, this is just a very simple test launch just to show you all what the game is about. So we are going to launch it here quickly. Shift to throttle up. T will activate our SAS here, right there. And here's the throttle. Control will throttle down. Shift will throttle up. And then you press spacebar to advance to the next stage. So when I press spacebar, it's going to launch. Then when I press it a second time, the decoupler, the first one, will go, which will get rid of these jet fuel boosters. And then the next time I press it, the next one will go, which will be our command module. So we're not going to press that till we're ready to return down to the ground. So alright, this isn't a great spacecraft, and it's not probably going to go very far. But like I said, just a little preview of the game. So here we go. Launching in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Alright. So there we go. There is our rocket leaving the launch pad. And as we can see, I'm just using the arrows to move around here. This is the fuel. And as you can see, they're overheating. If you have things at 100% too long, they can overheat. When these reach the top, they will blow up, but these are going to run out of fuel before that anyway. Alright, so they're out. We're going to press spacebar, and the jet fuel boosters will fall away. And now we just have our rocket here. Here is that fuel. We have 2 fuel tanks only, not enough to do a whole lot. Here on our map we can see we're actually starting to spin, which is a bad thing. I should have probably put some stabilizers on here. Forgot about that. But if I turn off the SAS with T, I can use WASD to kind of tilt the direction that we're going. And you're going to want to do that when going into orbit. And the reason is because if you push M, you can look at a map here, and we're not high enough to see it, but it will show actually your orbital path. And so let's just move over a little more here. This green circle here is the direction that you are going. Your spacecraft is actually traveling, and this dot right here is the direction your booster's pointing. So as you can see, our booster's pushing us this way, so eventually our actual direction is changing slowly. Here's our altitude, atmospheric pressure, all that. See there, now we can go back, push M. This is the path we are going to be traveling on, and if it is higher, you could actually get up into orbit around planet Kerbal, and eventually you could go to the moon, right there, it's spelled M-U-N. I think it's still pronounced moon, actually. So you could go to moon, and that would be our next goal. But as you can see, we are out of fuel here. So basically now we would just travel along, and we are going to land somewhere around here. Coming back to Earth in the free version of this game isn't that difficult, but we could here, let's tilt our spacecraft so that we are going and facing the opposite direction of where we're going. So that's right here. If you get a green circle with an X in it, that's the opposite direction that you're going. So we're going to want to eventually be facing the opposite direction we're going, but it's going to take a while to get there, so I'm going to speed up time up here. You can see we're time warped to 10 times the speed. So right here is our apoapsis, which isn't actually the term. I think it's apex, maybe. The top of our orbit, the farthest we are from Kerbal, the highest altitude. But anyway, so now we're going to be on our way back down. So let's tilt our spacecraft here, and eventually I'm just going to go by where we're going to be going. We're going to be facing like this eventually. So let's go back to the map, speed it up a little bit more so we get farther down there, and we're on our way back down now. And this would be a total of an 8-minute flight if we hadn't done any time warp. There's a little timer there. Now once we get back down into the atmosphere, we'll speed it up a little more. There. A little more. We can go a little longer. When you're at low altitudes, you can't actually warp as fast, so right now the fastest we could warp would be 2. But alright, we're gonna just press spacebar, and that will launch our command module there. The decoupler fired, and now we are separated. And then we're going to press spacebar again, and pressing it, there we go. The parachute deployed. A drag chute actually is the technical term. And so it's going to be slowing us down. Here is our speed actually in meters per second, and we are obviously getting a lot slower. And our altitude coming down. Looks like we're going to make a nice, safe landing in the ocean. You may have noticed these guys. I guess I forgot to point them out. These are the 3 astronauts that we have. And Bill, Jebediah, and Bob Kerman are the astronauts you get in the free version. I believe you can choose different crew members in the paid version, but I haven't actually played that yet. I will soon. Hopefully I'll be making some videos of that. But anyway, Jebediah is a crazy person who, if you go back and watch the video, no matter how bad things get, he is always smiling with a crazy look in his eyes, and I'm convinced that he's psychotic. Bill is kind of freaking out a lot. He freaks out all the time. They're all happy now because they're coming safely down to Earth, and they know they're going to survive. But Bill is very pessimistic. He's always freaking out, almost never happy. See, he's even worried right now. Bob is fairly neutral, so he's going to give you a good idea of how the mission's actually going. If he's freaking out, they're probably all a little freaked out. So yeah, basically Jebediah is always happy, he's always freaked out, and he is in the middle. He will be happy, freaked out, neutral, whatever. So if you want to see how the astronauts like the mission, you just look at them. But here we go, we're coming down less than 100 meters, and we are at a safe 12.5 meters per second with the parachute and splashdown. So we are safe, and we traveled from here to here only. We were not up in orbit, but that's okay. That wasn't the point of the mission. I just wanted to show you guys how to play the game. So we'll hit escape here, end flight, and look at the flight statistics. Highest altitude was there, highest speed, all of this sort of stuff. 11 minutes, 59-second mission. They endured a lot of G-force, so that's not good. We'll have to work on that. Also, it shows just separation of the decouplers being confirmed at what times. Our fuel tanks and everything else splashed down hard and they were destroyed. That doesn't matter so much now, but I think eventually in the paid version they are going to be adding a dollar system, because you can see there's a cost to all of these things. There's no money right now. You have unlimited money, so you can do whatever you want. So like I said, the link will be in the description. This is Kerbal Space Program, and it's a really fun game. So hopefully you guys will go and check it out. And I will be making another video of this for you guys, where hopefully we will go and orbit the moon and return safely to Kerbin. So this is iampeppino saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.